Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, the fate of two big and long-running shows have been revealed. Will Grey's Anatomy and Days of Our Lives come back for another season? It's the ultimate cliffhanger, and we'll have the answer in the hot dish. Then Stephanie Hansen is back to spruce up your spring picnics with her list of the best Minnesota-made canned beverages. And Ted tries it. Our fearless producer is checking out the latest buzzy show on Netflix, a reality series called Marriage or Mortgage. Will we sign on the dotted line? Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Ramsey. Good morning, Duluth. Good morning, Rochester. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and America's favorite Olympic gold medal gymnast, Kendall Mark, everyone.
Wow. Call me Simone Biles. Hey.
That's right. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I love that top. That's very beautiful.
Why, thank you very, very much. It's, I don't remember how old it is. It's old.
It is old, because people always ask, and this happens, people don't care about my suits and ties. It's like, people always ask, and we love it. We'll get an email maybe once or twice a week. Mm-hmm. Where did Kendall get her earrings? Where did Kendall get her shirt? Mm-hmm. So just if people ask, that's an older shirt, so you don't know where you got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was Macy's or Nordstrom Rack or somewhere like that.
Or I made it for you.
Or that, or Jason made it for me.
It's my side sewing business. Christopher Straub and I have one. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I know. So many side hustles.
So many side hustles.
Hey, normally I just chit chat with you right here. I tell you a goofy story about pull tabs or my mom or Bud Light or something. We legitimately have breaking news. While I was brushing my hairs and changing out of my pajamas into this suit, guess what? Breaking news. Dramatic. Ellen DeGeneres, just within the last hour, confirms she's going to end the show after 19 seasons. So we'll end after next year. Okay. She's currently in season 18. The 2021-2022, that's so weird to say, season will be the final season of the Ellen DeGeneres show. And right here is where I will do the Grace Adler, Will and Grace, I told you so dance. Told you so. Told you so. Told you, told you, told you so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You did. You did call this like several times and for
several
quite a
times.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, she gave a PR statement. She's like, she always likes to challenge herself. I think it's something like this. I always like to challenge myself. The show is no longer a challenge. Time to move on. And it is, because anyone that watches, and my mother-in-law and watches a lot, and you can just tell her heart's just not into it. And you can't even bust on her. We make jokes about the fact that she has guest hosts. You can't even, look, that's one thing. Other hosts that I've admired have had guest hosts. Carson had, my goodness, Carson didn't work Mondays or Fridays. Dave really didn't unless he was sick. But, guest hosts, you can't bust her on that. When you get to be in that position, who doesn't want a 4-day weekend? Right. You can't get mad at her for that. But more than the days off, you watch it lately and you can just tell her heart's not into it. You can tell the energy, short of the pandemic, and look, all of these shows, there's an energy missing from our broadcast because we don't have Aaron Schwaberini and the audience. But you can't even really blame the pandemic. There's just, there's a lack of joy when you watch her now in doing the show. It feels like she feels it's very rat-a-tat-tat. Yeah. So, are you surprised?
No, not at all. It's like you said, it just has been seeming a little bit forced for a while now.
Forced is a good word.
Yeah, and I think there's that. Plus, we always had that saying, like, you want to leave the party while it's still going, quit while you're ahead type of a thing. I think maybe this should have happened a couple of years ago before it became tired, and then all of a sudden it became like a lot of scandal allegedly around it. So hopefully it's just a really great final season, and then we're just done.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so glad you brought. That's one of my favorite. Seinfeld has a version of that quote. Carson has a version. Mm-hmm. Leave the party before somebody wants you to leave the party. Leave them wanting more. Right. And that's what Jerry tried to do at Seinfeld. To me, the most famous example of a TV show doing that is the Mary Tyler Moore Show. You know, CBS begged Mare to do another season, but she goes, no. Season 7, you know, the quality was starting to dim just a little bit. She was, we're starting to repeat ourselves. Let's go out on top.
Yeah.
What happened? The show is regarded as one of the best sitcoms ever, you know? You know, so know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Know when to walk away, know when to run. Is it run? Thank you, Kenny Rogers. By the way, Kenny Rogers Roasters, underrated fast casual restaurant. Have you ever, did you know Kenny Rogers had a chicken restaurant?
Huh?
Hey, whatever, Mighty Joe Young. If you
Great
watch
movie.
yesterday's show. Kendall, what's your 3 wishes? Well, I want world peace. I want a garden that grows forever. And I want a monkey for a friend.
I spelled gorilla like Mighty Joe Young. Thank you. Be clear.
Again, Fuller director Tyler, I upped it yesterday. Tyler says 52 words a year. 53 words yesterday. He was laughing. It's one of my favorite moments with you. It's another reason why I love you. Leo, roll it, or Steve, roll it. It's time for the hot dish. Is Leo here today even? No. Is Director Leo at like a curling convention? Yeah. Retreat, curling retreat.
I thought he was doing yard work.
I thought so too. The drama is heating up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's playing out on Instagram. So even if you don't watch the show, this is juicy. Portia Williams, that's her right there, look at this, has revealed she's engaged. Okay, that's good news, right, friends? I mean, like, hey, congratulations. But she's engaged not to just anyone. She's getting hitched to Simon. And you're thinking, Jason, who's Simon? Well, Simon is the ex of a housewives friend named Fallon, as in KDWB's Fallon. Not that Fallon, but you know. On her Insta post, Portia said they started dating a month ago. Wow. She said she's aware of the optics, but she says she's not friends with Fallon. So, hey girl, it's not weird. Really? Fallon and Simon revealed last month that they split after 2 years together. And after a brief 30-day courtship, he's over her. Look, you can't stop love. I mean, if the love train arrives at your station, you have a choice. Do you get on the train or do you wait for the next one? But the next one could take you to Hooterville. Horrible analogy that, like a train, went nowhere. Yeah, sorry.
I saw where it was going, but I also was like,
You're very kind. You're very kind to try to make my analogy better. It was horrible.
it wasn't like the Polar Express. It was kind of like the Polar Express. I'm like,
Kinda.
where's this going?
Without CGI Tom Hanks.
Yeah. without
Anyway,
that.
girl code. Kendall, you're a lady. Does that break the girl code?
I don't think it breaks the girl code. I'm just like, doesn't that just break normalcy code? Like,
Thank
you
you.
really want to get engaged after a month of knowing someone?
Well, after a month that the dude dated, you're like co-host. That'd be like you and Jordan getting a divorce and me marrying him the next month.
Oh my gosh, that'd be the best segment. We should try to
That
just
would be hysterical,
out
wouldn't it?
somehow.
Kendall and I have a shocking announcement this morning.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. But no, it's awkward. At the very
It
least,
is.
it's awkward turtle.
It is. It is. Oh my gosh, that is such an old reference, and I love it.
Awkward turtle swimming away. I haven't
Awkward
said that
turtle.
in years. Awkward turtle swimming away.
Awkward turtle.
Yeah, but it's a little weird, right, audience? It's a little odd.
It is. I mean, and the
You
fact that
can't help who you fall in love with.
Right. He was with her for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be the next girl.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't either. I don't want to be the next girl.
See?
Next in the dish. I love us. A couple of popular TV shows have been given the green light for more seasons. First, Meredith Grey will be back for another season. ABC announced they've renewed Grey's Anatomy for their 97th season. This comes, actually, it's 18. This comes after Ellen Pompeo inked another 1-year deal. 1 year. Her last deal, rightfully, you go girl, made her the highest paid actress on broadcast TV. She should get that. Some fans have speculated and wished Sandra Oh may make a surprise return, but she says that will not happen. She has moved on. So we should as fans, I guess. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Maybe she will in the last season. Well, this is what happens. When people leave a show and they find out it's the last season, when they're guaranteed it's the last season, then old stars are willing to come back for a little
Cameo.
holla. Yeah. Grey's is now, listen to this, wanted to give you a little perspective. Grey's is now the longest running medical drama in TV history. Now, when it comes to all dramas, look at this, everybody. Law and Order SVU still leads the way with 22 total seasons. It's renewed through the 24th, by the way. Gunsmoke and the original Law and Order each had 20 seasons. Lassie ran for 19 seasons, and NCIS is currently in its 18th season. Holy shnikes.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of dog finding danger.
I was like, that's a lot of Lassies. That was my first thought.
How many kids in a well, or, I mean, can Lassie help?
I don't even know.
I used to, really quick, if you're an 80s kid, this will touch you.
I'm out.
Touch your heart. Lassie reruns used to run on Nickelodeon, the black and white one with June Lockhart, and that's how I would know to catch the school bus. The closing credits of Lassie. Then Dar would yell at me, "Get on the bus!" Yeah, anyway. And after fears about the cancellation of one of the longest running soaps, NBC is bringing back Days of Our Lives. NBC has signed on for 2 more seasons that will extend through its 58th season. Talks had been contentious because, remember, the cast was released from their contracts in like 2019. Writers are already working ahead on the juicy stories for the 21-22 season. Yeah, that's how good. We got to go. That's how good. Never make fun of soap actresses and actors. They're workhorses, man. They are already done. They have enough episodes in the bag to get them through the summer.
Right.
We have enough episodes to get us through.
Now.
We don't have enough episodes to get us through. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Back in a moment. We have a couple, maybe, I think. The hot dish isn't over yet. Coming up next, find out the Marvel superhero role Emily Blunt turned down and the dramatic reason why she had to. Then, our foodie queen, Stephanie Hansen, is back with her list of the best Minnesota-made spring and summer canned beverages and the secrets to making bootlegger. And a wedding or a beautiful home? That's the choice facing couples in the new Netflix reality show, Marriage or Mortgage. Ted tries it when we return.
But you're very relaxed. I feel I'm like Frankenstein here.
No, you just gotta loosen it up a little bit.
And then I just loosen it up.
Exactly.
Wait, this is not good. In my mind, I felt like I looked good doing it, but then I saw myself.
So now, just relax and now strut. Now you make big steps.
Oh, watch this, Heidi. Pretty good, right? So, I'm like halfway to being a supermodel.
Now make the steps a little bit bigger.
Oh, all right.
Yes. Make the steps bigger.
Did I lose one? Oh, I feel like that wasn't my fault.
It never is your guys' fault.
Oh, I broke the other one.
A little late night funny. Heidi Klum teaching Jimmy Kimmel how to be a supermodel. I need to try that. I've never walked, fun fact, I never walked in high heels.
I would have thought you would have tried at least once, just because.
Yeah. You would think.
You would think.
I mean.
It's not worth it. Don't try it.
No, I should for the show. I should do a whole show, one of our shows, just in high heels.
Oh, sure. Can I wear normal shoes and sit there?
Yeah.
In a suit?
Sure.
Wear a dress?
Sure.
Heels?
We'll do it.
Okay.
I mean, anything. We'll just swap. Absolutely.
Anything for the show.
Anything I'll do, except rock climbing. I'll do anything for the show. Hey, by the way, we just learned, in the break there, everything's opening back up. Slowly, the Guthrie announced they're opening back up. If Disney World's watching, I need you to up the capacity. Thank you very much. And then Jeff just told me, shiver me timbers, the buffets are opening back up in Vegas. When are they opening, Jeff? Caesars when? May 27th. Can I tell you, TV friends? I'm going to bring Ted because it would terrify Ted. Everything on that buffet would scare him. That is the best buffet. I don't care. Don't tell me any different. That Caesar's Palace buffet, Best buffet I've ever seen in my life.
Legendary.
Legendary. You name a food, Kindle, it's on that buffet.
Legendary.
They have little gorillas serving you. Just joking. I wanted to get your attention. Yeah, little Joe Youngs. No, but
Yeah, thanks.
every food you mention,
Yeah.
every food, every pasta, lobster, crab legs, everything is on that buffet.
I'm drooling.
And good quality. It's expensive. It's like, I don't know, I think $60, 56, but still.
Yeah, but that's like a Starbucks order in Vegas, so it's fine.
Seriously, more dish for you. This was so good. A fascinating interview yesterday with Emily Blunt. She was a guest on Howard's show, Baba Booey, on Stern's radio show on SiriusXM. And as I always say, he's one of the best interviewers in the game. I mean, the best. Getting Emily to admit quite a bit about her Hollywood career. Let's start with this. She shot to fame. We all know this in Devil Wears Prada. Oh, such a good movie. And it plays every moment on TBS. I mean, you can just turn it on right now. It's either Friends or Devil Wears Prada. She revealed that the studio, they had faith in her, but they were like, maybe let's put her under a contract. So just in case she does explode, we want her. So they gave her this contract where she was forced to do another movie. Well, that contract got her into trouble, not trouble, but it forced her to turn down Black Widow and Iron Man 2, because Howard was asking her about Marvel superheroes. And she's like, superhero movies really aren't my thing, ... By the way, Howard goes, weren't you offered Black Widow? And she goes, yes, I was. And this is a story I've never told before. And I'm like, Howard's so good. So here's the dealio. So she did Prada. Obviously, Prada was a huge hit. Made Emily a giant star. Everyone loved her more than Anne Hathaway. Everyone loved her. So the studio was like, we're going to activate that contract. So she rejected a couple scripts, and then they basically forced her to do this movie, Gulliver's Travels. This craptastic thing on toast. They made her do this movie, and she said she didn't want to do it. She was professional. She said she made friends on the set, but she was miserable because it wasn't what she wanted. It really wasn't a role she wanted, and it forced her to turn down Black Widow, even though she wasn't quite sure she would have taken it to begin with. Have you seen Gulliver's Travels?
No, it's based off the books. I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made a movie, honestly.
Yeah. I had the cartoon frightens me. The little Lilliput and then the tying down the man. I don't know. Anyway, she also talked about the initial release of her new thriller, A Quiet Place Part 2. This was interesting. So I forgot about this. A Quiet Place 2, by the way, this is the trailer. This movie was supposed to be released the weekend the world shut down in 2020. And if you remember, she was on a press tour. She had gone on Kimmel, and she was telling Howard that on the way to doing James Corden's show, she got a call from the studio saying, we're pulling A Quiet Place 2, and we're pulling it from theaters. So she goes, the biggest regret is, she goes, I never tell people to go see my movies. She goes, I like most of my movies, but I never go, oh, you should go see this. She said the problem, that what breaks her heart is that I guess this sequel is hecka good. Heck good. Like really good. She goes, I'm so proud of it. It's an original concept, whatever. She won't give anything away. But she said it's a movie you need to see in theaters. So it is, coincidentally, Paramount's first movie that they're going to release just in theaters, no streaming for 45 days.
Cool.
And I believe it opens, I think this weekend I looked.
Okay.
I'm going to go see it.
Yeah?
Because you know me, I'm old school. I want to support theaters. I think there's something, look, I have a nice setup in my house, but nothing imitates the communal experience of getting scared together, you know what I mean, in a big screen. I want to support this. I'm going to go see it this weekend.
Right, and there's nothing like being in, it's all black in there.
Yep.
All you can see is the screen, the big sound. You can't look at your phone. I mean, you're just plugged in, you know?
Yeah. But if I go,
What?
and if you're sitting behind me, please don't talk. Because what happens is, I'm going to come on this show and I'm going to publicly shame you.
Yep.
Don't chitter chatter. Nobody wants to hear your commentary.
No
Thank
pillows, no sleeping bags. Jason doesn't like that either.
I don't even care about that anymore. I just want
Oh.
the theaters open.
Okay.
Next in the dish, Seth Rogen was also on Howard this week and talked about the time he and Judd Apatow met with Tom Cruise at his house, and things took a turn.
So yeah, we met with him for hours, and not a few hours into the meeting, he goes, this Scientology stuff comes up, how weird he's looked in the press lately, kind of how, just how strange in general he's coming across.
But he said, what you said in your book was fascinating. He said, the press is trying to make me look crazy because I'm costing the pharmaceutical industry so much money, because he's against...
he's against pharmaceutical. And then I remember there was this very loaded moment where he says this to us. If you just gave me 20 minutes to tell you about this, you would say no way. And me and Jen are looking at each other, and I'm like, is he going to bite? Am I going to bite? How can we come out of this? Are we strong enough to have him do this to us and not be converted? I don't know if I am. I'm generally a weak-willed, weak-minded person, I would assume, on the grand scale of people. If they got him, what chance do I have? And thank God, Judd was like, I think we're good. Let's just talk about movies and stuff like that. I was like,
right.
Woof, dodge that bullet.
The best part of that clip, and any clip other than Howard's great questions, Robin's laugh. It's like Jeff laughing. I don't know if it picks up.
It does a little bit
on the broadcast, because if I can make Jeff laugh, and I'm not kidding, it's like there was a crew member on the Today Show for years, and when he would laugh, I would laugh out loud because it was great. If I can make Jeff laugh, that's always good, but nothing, when I'm listening to Stern, Robin's laugh can crack me up more than the guests themselves. I love that Robin Quivers. Anyway, he also told this story about Jerry Seinfeld and how Jerry was a little meh, and they did an episode of Jerry's show, comedians in cars getting mocha. And he said if you watch that show, it is an exercise and an example of two people not gelling. He said there were two people not tracking with each other. So I went back and I watched a little bit of it. It is an example of two people not gelling really well. I can see that, though.
Yeah.
Seth is a much different comedian personality. Jerry is very persnickety and takes the art, not that Seth doesn't, but takes the art of stand-up very seriously.
Right.
Seth probably comes across as a goober to him.
Right.
You know?
Right. I think it probably, to Seth, probably came across as condescending.
Yeah.
To Jerry, probably came across as immature.
Yeah.
So it's just not a good combination.
You can see and hear more clips from Howard. Just go to his YouTube channel or SiriusXM. Love you, Howard. Seth's book, Yearbook, is available right now. Next in the dish, Demi Lovato has a new project, and it's a little out of this world. We haven't won an Emmy yet. She revealed she will host a new show exploring the existence of UFOs.
Okay.
It'll be a 4-part unscripted series called Unidentified with Demi Lovato and will stream on Peacock. Yeah. Demi is apparently a true believer of UFOs. She'll try to convince her friends and us they're out there and they're real. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. I don't know I'm a skeptic here. I think this is timed for us to forget about the recent controversies. I'm usually not a conspiracy. I'm usually not aluminum foil hat society
Speaking of
member.
UFOs.
Speaking of the UFOs, but oddly timed. We won't forget about yogurt. We won't forget about California sober. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm a fan. I believe in UFOs. I believe aliens are among us right now. I really do.
I believe we should go to break before you say something else crazy.
Oh, I believe I work with a few aliens. I want a monkey for a pet.
Gorilla! It's a gorilla!
We'll be right back. Stay with us. We are very excited you're here. We're very excited she's here. Summer's right around the corner. And that means it's almost time to pack a picnic with some of Minnesota's best canned beverages. Here to give us her favorite summer sips is the host of the Weekly Dish and my dear friend, the lovely and talented Stephanie Hansen. Good morning, Steph.
Good morning, Jason. I believe in UFOs too.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. I know.
They're coming down to take me in Golden Valley. I just know it.
Yeah, they love the Golden Valley, the aliens do. Steph, before we get into specifics, quickly talk in a general sense. It wasn't that long ago that canned wine, canned cocktails were considered gross and tacky. Am I right on that?
You are right. And I'm so glad that we've made the transition because actually, for wine in particular, canning it can help it preserve a little bit better. And everybody wants the convenience factor of what these beverages offer. And it's really great. Like sometimes in the summer, you don't want a really heavy beer. You want something fresher and lighter.
Absolutely. Speaking of fresher and lighter, your first choice from Fulton Brewery.
Okay, Fulton was like one of the first or second in this space of hard seltzers. So think of a Truly as a very common brand name, but don't buy that one. Buy this one because it's local. They have fun packs. They've got 2 different packs. This one has a strawberry rhubarb, a ginger citrus, and a hopped version and blood orange. This is new Minnesota flavors and some of their best sellers. This strawberry rhubarb, I have a sip scale. And this is a 4 on my sip scale. I loved this. It smells like strawberries. It's really fresh and light. It's great. That's from Fulton.
Siskel and Ebert, how many sips do we go up to? What's 4? Is 4 the best?
5 is the best.
5 is the best. Let me ask you, because, you know, most people drink the seltzers because they don't want the calories of beer. What are we looking at calorie-wise on that seltzer?
113 calories on the strawberry rhubarb, so very similar to your national brands.
Got it. Number 2, Prize Brewing?
Oh my gosh. Jace, this is right by your house in the North Loop. And this Royal Raspberry Sour Ale is one of my favorite discoveries of the summer. It's 4.8% on the alcohol scale. It tastes just like raspberries, and it's super tart. I just love this thing. It's amazing. It's a 5 on the sip scale for me.
Oh, wow.
So good.
That is the Citizen Kane of seltzers right there.
It sure is.
Is it, dear friend, is it sweet? Is it overly sweet?
No, it's not sweet at all. It's tart. It tastes like when you get a delicious raspberry at the very beginning of the season. They're not super sweet, but you get that just really raspberry smell, and it's light. Like, it's not like drinking soda pop. It's awesome.
Okay, you've given me things I love. I think I'm going to have to try that. We're going to go to Frenchie. What is this?
Oh my gosh. Okay, friends, be careful with this because I learned the hard way. This is actually a canned cocktail. It's from Recre Distilling in Duluth, and it's 12.5% alcohol because there's legitimately 2 cans or 2 drinks inside this little can. So if you can be responsible, which sometimes I'm not, it is just delicious. It tastes like a French 75. It's got the Vicre gin. It's got a rose liqueur.
Oh.
It's bubbly. It's pink. It's so cute. It's the Frenchie, and it's made in Minnesota. It's awesome.
That's the best logo ever for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
for obvious reasons.
It's a French bulldog, for heaven's sake. I mean,
and it's a 5. Like, it's also incredible. You just have to pace yourself because I didn't realize that it had 2 drinks in there once, and you know what happens after 2 drinks.
Yeah, I've been with you after 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, Sociable Cider Works, Steph.
Okay, speaking of like low cal, so I love cider, and it can be a little sweeter and kind of full of calories, but this is sociable. They're local in Minneapolis. This, it's called Skinny Tire, and it's only 80 calories in this entire can. And it's really great. It's light. It's got a low ABV at 4%. So you could have a couple of these and still feel like you're able to do your outdoor chores, mow the lawn, ride the boat. It's just very refreshing. I'm so excited about this. I loved.
Honey,
I loved everything, really.
Honey, Stephanie said I could still mow the lawn. I only had 1 or 2 of them.
Well,
that lady.
Have you ever heard of the term lawnmower beer? Lawnmower beers are beers that are like 3% or 4% alcohol because you can still safely mow the lawn.
Kids, if you're don't listen to Auntie Stephanie. That is, we do not the management of the Jason Show does not recommend that. Let's just be clear. God, I love you. Okay, finally, Wooden Hill.
Okay, this is a new brewery I'd never even heard of. It's in Edina off of Bush Lake Road and kind of that industrial complex. And they have a pina colada flavored hard seltzer, 5.5% ABV. You guys, this tasted just like a pina colada, but it didn't have all that mouthfeel of the heavy milk of the coconut. I really liked it. If you like a Malibu something, you're going to like it. Also, they have this, and I bought this just because it was fun. It's called Vacation Mode Tropical Milkshake IPA. It is a beer, so it was a little heavier at 7% ABV, but it's got pineapple, mango, guava, passion fruit. It was really just a fun, and they say, there was the vacation starts now. So if you're heading up to the lake, this is your vacation beer.
Mom, can I trim the bushes? I only had one of those.
Only if you don't use the weed whacker, honey.
More with Stephanie Hansen. She's showing us how to make a popular summer drink, the bootlegger, when we come back. Back in a moment. Can only have... We're back with Stephanie Hansen. Hey, Steph. We're talking to the crew in the break here. Have you ever had a shower beer? I guess this is a thing with dudes.
Yeah, but I'm known to have the shower cocktail. Yes, we talk a lot about the shower beer and the shower cocktail on the Weekly Dish radio show. Both Steph and I are big fans. It's the pregame cocktail.
That's what the crew says. I have never, in my 46 years on this planet, I've never had a shower beer or a shower cocktail.
We need to hang out more. It's like your pregame.
Not in the shower, Steph. Not in the shower. Okay, you're making a Minnesota summer staple drink. What is it?
Okay, I just about called you Miles, my friend's name. Have you ever had a bootlegger, Jace?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so this was a cocktail that they would serve at country clubs, really, like Interlaken, and it was for the shishi fufu people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it for you so easy because I make these by the pitcher. So you get a can of limeade. This was $1 at Cub Foods, okay?
Okay.
And then you use a can of lemonade. So you mix both flavors. Okay, so there we go.
Got it.
And then you put in a whole handful, and you can even use 2 if you like a lot, but of lime or of mint, fresh mint.
Okay.
So you put that in your Vitamix there. You take that off. And then we're going to go ahead and blend it up. And you get this super refreshing lemon lime slurry. So the Vitamix is amazing, by the way, if you don't have one.
It is seriously, it's a gift from the kitchen appliance gods. It really is.
And if you like frozen drinks or you like to make cream soups, honestly, it's an awesome appliance. So that's really it. So you get your little glass, you have your fancy straw, you put your mint sprig in there. And then you're going to have 2 ounces of alcohol. Now, in the day at the country clubs, they would use gin or vodka. You can also use rum. You can use tequila. I like to use gin, but if people don't like gin, I'll make it with vodka for them. And so then you put your amount of liquor that you want, which is 2 ounces in your glass. And then I'm going to put a little simple syrup in here, too, because these mixes can be a little tart.
Yeah.
Give a little zhuzh. And then we're just going to pour. And for your 2 ounces of alcohol, you want about 4 ounces of this delicious syrup. I'm just going to eyeball it.
Is that enjoyable in the shower?
It really is. And then look, Jace, you top it with LaCroix.
Can it
so
be regular?
It's very refreshing.
Can it be regular club soda, Steph? Because I don't like the LaCroix.
Yeah. They have a little taste that's salty to some people.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yes, you can use regular club soda, or you could even use tonic in a pinch. But look at how pretty that looks.
Go ahead and taste test that.
Very refreshing.
Go ahead and taste.
It's gin at
yeah, it's all right, Steph. You're not mowing the lawn.
10:30 in the morning.
Are you mowing the lawn later?
Exactly. It's so perfect because it's got the nice taste, pine taste of the gin. It's got the fabulous, refreshing mint. It's sweet, but it's also bubbly. Honestly, you can make these by the pitcher. It's my favorite drink to serve in the summer. I'm serving these at the cabin for Memorial Day for 12. Cheers.
Are you able, I always like to include the folks that want a non-alcoholic version. I'm assuming you can just leave out the last step. Am I right, Steph?
Yeah. And it's why it's great too, because we make them for the kids too, which we will have kids versions and then we'll have the grown-up version. So I usually make 2 pitchers, one that's non-alcoholic and then one that people can put their own alcohol in. If I know everybody with me is drinking the same spirit, I'll put the spirit in. But when you mix up a pitcher of something, sometimes people don't know how much you put in it, so it's hard for them to pace themselves. So as a hostess, I like people to be able to add their own alcohol.
Yeah. Pacing is a problem at a Stephanie Hansen party. Let me tell you.
Pacing and batching cocktails. Remember when you came to my house and I did not have the batched Cosmopolitan ready?
Oh, no. Let's rephrase that, Steph. There wasn't any there wasn't any.
I was so busy in the kitchen. I had to I'm like, here's the stuff. Make yourself a cocktail, please.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Steph's like, just go ahead and make it if you want it. Anyway, I love it. Steph, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, and have a great summer. It's the start of summer, right? Everybody's out and about.
Yeah.
Get down to downtown Minneapolis. Go to the Stone Arch Bridge.
Yeah. Girl, you're acting like, are you leaving for the rest of the year? You're acting like we're not going to see you. You're going to be back on the show probably in like 3 weeks. Steph's like, see you in the fall, everybody.
I'm just so happy everybody's getting out and about.
Me, all kidding aside.
I'm happy to see people.
You know what? I'm glad. You know me. I'm a big advocate. I'm glad we ended on that note because I was out of my neighborhood yesterday and throngs of people, and I love seeing people supporting restaurants and getting out there. So I'm glad you said that. Steph, we'll see you in the fall. Bye. Stephanie's,
all right.
Stephanie'sDish.com. A little bit later, Ted's trying out a new show. Will we like it? We'll see when we come back. Back in a moment. Steph's out, girl.
House. I mean, that's the smart decision to make. But
Evan, you can just say it.
I want our wedding to be the best wedding of all the ones that we've been to.
We want to start a family soon.
We need more space.
If we buy a house, it could be years before we can afford the wedding we've always wanted.
We could do both.
No, we can't.
That's where we come in. Owning a house is the all-American dream. I'm a real estate agent. I can make that dream come true. This is perfect.
Yeah.
The best part about being a wedding planner is being able to create these huge moments for my couples.
Oh my God.
You and I are going to compete for their business.
Should you buy a house or throw a big party? That's the question on the new Netflix show, Marriage or Mortgage. It's a show they've probably seen suggested to you on your Netflix account, and we wanted to know if it's worth your time. And that means, roll it, Steve, it's time for 52% of America Loves Ted. Joining us from reality TV headquarters is our leader, producer Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
Okay, Ted, let's go over, I mean, we kind of know the premise there in that little preview, but how does the setup work? Are there teams? Go through it for us.
This is like a financial advisor's worst nightmare, right? So the couple comes into the show with I think usually around $30,000. And so we've got a real estate agent and a wedding planner.
Okay.
It's kind of like love it or list it. So you can either, that show where it's either love your house, they fix it up, or you put it on the market. So these two are competing with, I can throw you the wedding of your dreams, or I can give you a house that is more practical for you to live in and you just, get married on the cheap.
No, Ted, truly, having, I've been in a wedding, I've had a wedding, it seems like an easy choice to me because as grand and as lovely as my wedding day was, it is one day. You know what I mean? So it doesn't seem like this would be a hard choice, but you're telling me it is a hard choice for these couples.
I couldn't believe this was actually a show.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like, why on earth would you choose wedding?
Why? Ever?
How is this even a hard decision? And yet it is. And you get to the end of the episode and you're like, they chose wedding.
Really?
Yeah. So some of the episodes they've actually chose wedding, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
Are there any couples that you love or hate? Because whatever show, there's always people you love or are you already cringing at some of them?
I hate them all. Why are we even having this discussion? Why is this even a thought for you? I don't want to hang out with you if you can't decide if, I'm going to either spend all my money on one day or someplace to live. I mean, seriously?
Ted, I want Twitter to quote you right. Was that I hate them all? Or
I hate them all.
You hate them
even
all.
Even if they chose mortgage. The fact that we're even putting them to the question on this, I don't like them.
Are you even partially, because again, I'm with you, are you even a little swayed by the wedding coordinators? Like, do you find yourself during the episode going, wow, that is cool, or no?
There was one there was one who was like, it's my dream to have a, you know how they have like the chocolate fountain?
Yeah.
She's like, my dream is to have a ranch dressing fountain. And the wedding planner was like, whoa. And then she gave her the ranch fountain, and that was like wedding.
Ted, can I give you a hypothetical, a scenario, and I want to see how you would react?
Sure.
Let's say you're with a gal that you've been dating for a while, and you're engaged to Mrs. Ted.
Yeah.
And you're getting ready, and Mrs. Ted looks at you, and she goes, honey, I think we should put the house on hold because I want a ginormous wedding. What would you say to future Mrs. Ted?
Well, I'd get very quiet. And I'd say, that's not going to work. And, you know, this might... Sometimes in a relationship, it takes a while for the red flag to come out.
Yeah.
That might...
Would that be a red flag for you, Ted?
Yeah. I think we'd have to...
reevaluate the status of future Mrs. Ted?
Probably check to see if Wendy Williams is single again or something.
Are you, let's wrap this up. Are you going to watch any more, or are you done?
Probably. It's like a train wreck. It's like, okay, someone's got to choose mortgage here. Someone's got to choose mortgage. The two people, the real estate agent and the wedding planner, lovely people.
Yeah.
Lovely people. They're great. It's just, come on.
Yeah. Marriage or Mortgage on Netflix. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. For the record, Kendall thinks Ted's full of crap, that he would just acquiesce and give in to future Mrs. Ted. Pushover, yeah. I don't know. I think Ted would go into the restroom and never return. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Crawl out of the window. Welcome back. Show went fast today. Did it not go fast for you?
So Stephanie Hansen, man.
Oh, the Steffers. I love her. I just, even, you know, Steph has opinions in it. Even if you don't agree with her, you got to appreciate her because she has no filter.
Nope.
It's one of the best things about her. I love that woman. Don't forget to sign up and be a part of our virtual audience. Go to the Jason Show Facebook page, Jason Show TV, and click the link at the top. Sign up for a certain day and you'll be part of the show. And I think I can tell you, we're working up a nice thing for virtual audience members. If you participate, if you show up, pretty soon you may get a very special mug we're working on. Just saying, not saying, just saying. We're going to take a break. We'll wrap things up with a special anniversary right after these words. Welcome back. Beautiful shot by the wonderful Adam. He knows I love a good shot like that. It's hard to believe, but today marks 5 years since we welcomed Harry Connick Jr. on the show. He joined me for the whole hour, and here's one of our favorite moments from that day. Look at this.
Hi, Harry. My name is Jill.
Hey, Jill.
And I think you wrote a song titled Jill years ago, and I've always been convinced that you wrote it about me. So
Of course I wrote it for you.
So I'm wondering if you would finally sing it to me.
Let's see. I know a girl that says she loves me, that says she needs me.
I mean, what's better than that? That's Harry singing an audience member. Our studio was overflowing with people that day. There are salespeople from upstairs that don't even watch our show, doesn't even know we have a show here on Fox 9 that works at Fox 9 that came down. They're like, oh, there's a Jason show? What's that? Anyway, final note, Kathleen Betlock wrote to us and said, hey, Jason, just wondering, is that a playing card in your suit pocket? Me think so. Not as classy as cloth. Cloth. Boom.
It's called an iron lady. Just saying. Rude.
That's going to do it for us today. Hashtag I love people. If you're a kid out there that's being bullied, I want you to go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. All kidding aside, have a great day. Go out, enjoy the weather, be nice to each other, be kind to each other, be safe. All of those things. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.